welcome back to Twin Cities Live. We are here at the State Fair. This is day 6 of the Minnesota State Fair. You know, every season on The Bachelorette, we make it to hometowns. It's the chance for those on the show to show off and display a little corner of their world.
So our Bachelorette recapper, producer Betsy, Melin, she got really inspired. She is today's fair insider, and what she decided to do is to plan the perfect one-on-one date right here at the Minnesota State Fair. Betsy, I like this little crossover situation.
Thank you. Yeah, if I got the honor to plan a one-on-one date, a hometown date, I would want to do it at the State Fair, and here we are.
Oh my gosh.
Here's where I go.
This is good. All right, let's find out what Betsy recommends. So you're actually going to start with going on a ride, and you have to tell us about your date, who your one-on-one date is with.
So I took my one-on-one date with my fiance, which is out of order if you watch the show, but that's okay in real life. His name is Stefan, and he has not been to the fair since high school. So I wanted to reintroduce him, show him all the fun stuff. So we started at the Sky Ride, which gives you a great chance to get an overview of the entire fairgrounds. You get to see. I got to point out to him, I was like, there's the KSTP building. I'll be working there every day. There's the cheese on the stick. That's the good cheese on a stick. You know, all the things that we had to check out for the rest of the day. It's $10. We did the round trip, which I recommend, but it's $6 one way.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's smart to get an overview right when you get there. It's also smart to use that system probably halfway on your journey, because you gotta get off your feetsies. You know, it's a good chance to just let your feet sort of dangle around. Yes, it's nice to sit and kind of get an overview there.
Exactly. Speaking of sitting, another wonderful place to sit, Ye Old Mill.
Oh,
we all knew this was coming. You go on a date at the State Fair, you gotta stop by the Old Mill.
You gotta get a little smoochy action.
Exactly. The oldest ride is the fair, and it is touted as the original Tunnel of Love.
Ooh.
So what was it like when you were in there? Because I haven't been, I don't know if I've ever done Ye Old Mill.
I've never done it.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever done it. Yeah.
I know.
I've done the Ye Old Mill since I was a kid. I go with my family every year, so I've gone every year, and I remember as a kid looking at the displays and being blown away by the production, and now as an adult I'm like, oh, okay, same as when I was a kid, great, you know. But you don't go for the production value. You go because it's fun, and you get to be in the dark and in the quiet, which is very nice.
And it's nostalgic.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so you guys did that. That's very, very fun. All right, then you wanted to make sure that you could memorialize this time.
Yes, so we got a photo strip, and this was actually right next to the Old Mill in that arcade. This is a bit of like a insider tip here. Go there, that's only $5, and you get 4 photo strips, which is a really good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
And it's packed, but you could get 4 people in there if you really wanted to squish. And I did this because my parents have done this since they first started dating, and they go to the fair every year, so they have a collection from the 80s to now.
No.
Every year at the fair. I know, which is so sweet. So now we got to start.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
I know, this is like the classic little date night thing to do, right? And even if you're on a date night maybe with your family, it's a great thing to do with your kids too. They just eat it up. It's the most simple little photography thing, but they love the little screen interaction and all the other stuff.
Well, and 2, I'm not a let's get a giant teddy bear to sit in my house I'll never want to look at again. But this I can display, and it's a souvenir that's cheap and small.
And now you can start that tradition with him.
I know.
And now that this is the year that you got engaged, oh, Betsy, that is really cute.
Thank you.
Okay, so this date night went from pictures, and then what was at the horticulture building? What was romantic there?
So the horticulture building is where you can see all the flowers. Right now the theme is cultural kaleidoscopes. So all the displays are different countries, which I thought was really cool. We both love to travel, so it was fun to see how they represent it. And it's called kaleidoscopes. I learned you actually can look in these little kaleidoscopes, and they have these spinning displays, so the colors will change and the lights will change, and it's free and it's fun.
Okay, yeah.
My recommendation, don't even wait for crop art. Just look at the fancy flowers, the award-winning flowers. They have roses, they have violets. The crop art line is always insane. And there's no lines for anything else in there. Check it out, and it's fine. You don't have to crop art.
It sounds like something you wouldn't want to do if you've had a few drinks.
No.
I don't know if looking at colorful kaleidoscopes
early in the day.
Early in the day. But that's really fun to do some free things too, because it can get to be an expensive date day out
100%.
here at the fair. You got to do something cheap. All right, but listen, we're getting a little hungry. You haven't given us any snacks yet on your dates.
We have to go to the Blue Moon Diner.
Right there.
What could be more classic on a date than a shake with 2 straws? That's what we did. I gave you guys individual shakes.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate that.
We needed that.
Yes, we do.
And then their banana pudding is also amazing.
Have you had this?
I think, did we have this last year?
This is
I don't think so. We had something else from Blue Moon. I think this is new to you.
I have had this, and I think it is absolutely delicious.
Really refreshing and cooling. And the Blue Moon Diner also, speaking of, great place to sit. They have movies playing. It's like you're at a drive-in, but at the fair. Super fun. Good place to relax.
Not good.
Okay, is that like chocolate Rice Krispies?
I think
Yes,
it might
Cocoa
be
Krispies on top.
Cocoa
Krispies on
Krispies.
top.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that amazing? No, it's so good. So
It's
good.
so-
And perfectly
That's great.
shareable for a date.
Totally shareable. I will tell you too. My kids, we got this together. We didn't get it this year. Last year, we got it. It's a great shareable dessert.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
That's no joke, you guys.
Isn't that so good?
That is as good as
And
you
it's
guys
not
say
super
it is.
heavy. It's not like a dessert where
No.
you're going to feel it on the ride home. It's just like a nice, simple, delicious.
This shake
Yeah.
is really something special.
I
too.
know, beautiful.
Okay, the skyscraper.
Yes.
You did this on a date.
We
Now,
did this.
is really a classic, like, bachelor sort of thing to
Yes.
do where you have to push the boundaries and see if you can lean on each other during hard times.
You have to have your adrenaline pumping right next to each other, or else how do you know you're in love? No, so it was so fun. You get a little USB drive. We paid to have the footage of us doing it, which is embarrassing, I will say. Not super cute, but it was so much fun. And it really, I mean, there is something too, just like getting really scared next to your date, because then they can hold your hand and make you comforted.
That's
you know?
very cute. And then you can put this in your wedding slideshow, Betsy. I better see this video at that slideshow at your wedding.
So what was his thought when you recommended this? Or was this his idea?
He was excited. I didn't tell him anything, but he was excited for this because he's watched The Bachelor with me, and he knew this was the most, like, this is what they'd make them do on
Yeah,
The Bachelor,
yeah.
you know? But it gets up to like 70, 80 miles an hour. It's no joke. It's scary.
I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, you'll
I'm
have
gonna do it
fun.
tomorrow.
You'll
Remember
have fun.
earlier
They stop you at the top, though, and it's
I
scary.
don't want to do it, but I'm gonna force myself to do it.
Well, I'll say too, we were here Thursday bright and early. We were the first people on the ride. The only person who would ride it in front of us was the inspector. And so when they stopped us at the top, I was like, something's wrong. It's broken. We're stuck up here forever. Like, it was not fun.
Okay, my only question about did it make you feel like a little motion sick or no?
No, my tummy was a little crazy at the end, but no like head
Okay,
motion
good,
sickness.
good.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then
You
I'll
did
be
it.
okay.
Okay. And then
Yes.
finally, just fun being at the fair and running into people.
Yes, I ran into my sister. She texted me. She's like, "You at the fair?" I was like, "I'm taking Estefan on a date. Come find us." So it's always fun. You never know who you're going to run into. And again, a part of the fun of it is not planning and just seeing what comes to you.
Yeah.
Good recommendations, Betsy.
you.
That was really good.
Thank
That's a
you,
cute
Betsy.
date. Okay, so The Bachelorette's The Men Tell All is tonight on ABC. You know what Betsy will be doing this evening. You can catch it from 7 to 9. She will have her notebook in hand, and she will be writing down some notes.
I cannot wait to hear her little breakdown. So we want to thank Woodhouse Spa for presenting our Bachelorette recaps. You can elevate your summer staycation with a trip to our friends at Woodhouse Spa.
Yes, you can enjoy a Woodhouse Signature Hydrofacial to keep your skin glowing all summer long. Visit their website. It's woodhousespas.com. They have locations in Maple Grove, Woodbury, and they're now open in their newest location, which is at Rosedale Center. And our Fair Insider is presented by Minnesota Hot Tubs, your home for Bullfrog Spas. Wednesday on Twin Cities Live, a roundup of frozen drinks to help keep you cool while you're here at the fair.